and a chimp. So why in the world would they make a movie about her life, call it Gorillas in the Mist, and, pardon my, I can't resist this, but monkey around with the reality of it? I mean, it's just too strange. I'm sorry. I couldn't resist that pun. But that's something that really stands out of my mind, and I don't think anybody's really mentioned that before. So I thought I'd bring it up. Recently I did a video about the Tijuana Brass and how the singer, his name changed. And I always remember it. When I was a little boy, I looked at the labels quite regularly on the album covers and on the album records rather, and it was a gold type label, and I remember it clearly, Herb Alpert and the Tijuana Brass, and like I said, I always remember it spelled strangely, and now of course it's Herb Alpert and the Tijuana Brass, and Herb is a very common name, but when I looked online there were hundreds and hundreds of articles, even album covers that had Herb Alpert, just like I remember it. So there's a lot of strong evidence, just like with the Jane Goodall film, Gorillas in the Mist. That's strong evidence that she worked with gorillas, not chimpanzees. And, I remember them talking about how dangerous it was for her to work with the gorillas and all that kind of thing, and I watched shows about it on television. If she had just been working with chimpanzees, why would she be so heroic? Big deal. You're working with monkeys. I know chimpanzees aren't really monkeys, but you get the idea. They're small like monkeys, whereas gorillas are extremely dangerous. Not that chimpanzees can't hurt you. They can, believe me. But a gorilla tear you apart. So, this is a big difference. And I just wanted to mention that in this video. I got in the mood to make another video about the Mandela effect and just talk about it with everybody, because I know that a lot of people are suffering from the effect, and there's so many different ones to be thinking about. Many that I can't mention because there's too many to list. Tom Cruise doesn't have his sunglasses anymore when he comes out in that famous scene in the movie Risky Business. The ending of the movie Gone with the Wind has changed. She no longer says, "Wherever shall I go? Whatever shall I do?" She just says, "Where will I go? What will I do?" It sounds totally ridiculous. It's not anything like the original. And, even Pete Townsend from The Who, I just saw this today. His name is spelled with an extra H in it. And Townsend, it doesn't look right. I've never seen it spelled that way until today. And now in this timeline, that's always been his name. And I've been looking at The Who since the 1960s. And I think I know how they spell their names. So I know that we're not all suffering from that bad a memory. South America is now Southeast America. And the Arctic Circle in the north hasn't existed for a very long time. And yet it existed just a few years ago. I remember looking at the globe. And I remember looking at pictures of the Earth online. And it was there. But it's never been there now. Not for hundreds of years. Henry VIII no longer has a turkey leg in his portrait. The Mona Lisa is smirking. And there's so many different changes. I mainly post these videos to get people's comments and just to be able to communicate back and forth with people online. So let me know what you think about these subjects and any other things that you want to bring up. I know there's so many different Mandela effects to think about and talk about. Logo changes. One of them in the movie Back to the Future. I remember the van being a VW, and somebody did a Mandela effect video about the VW because it had the original residue of the solid VW logo without the line through the middle. And so they showed that. And then recently I was looking at another Mandela effect, and now the van has changed. It has changed to some kind of a Japanese van or something. It's not even a VW, and that's what it was originally, and yet now it's something else. Even though I just saw the video about the Mandela effect VW logo on the front of it, now it's not a VW anymore. So I don't know what to even make of that. That's just mind-blowing. Things keep changing so fast, so quickly that I can't even keep up. Betty White is still alive. I mean, give me a break. I remember her dying. I remember Jim Nabors dying too, the guy that played Gomer Pyle. And he just got married to, of all things, another guy. And it was in the news. But he's not dead. But he was. He did die. I remember. And I remember Betty White dying. Next thing you know, Muhammad Ali will be alive again, or Michael Jackson, or something. I mean, it's gone nuts. And I don't see how more people aren't noticing. I know there's millions of people waking up to this effect, and I don't know how there are not billions waking up. But maybe people are just so locked into the idea that reality is very solid and cannot be changed that you can't convince them otherwise. The Bible changing has been an amazing thing. The word piss is now in the Bible. That's not something I learned in Sunday school. And, there's many, many changes there. So, anyway, let me know what you think in the comments. I'm going to keep this video a little bit shorter than the other ones, just because I'm running out of gas. So, thanks for watching again, and God bless you.